Yeah, I'm just really enjoying my book, The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce, a little book I got at the Carbondale Library. It's the unlikely story of a very nondescript guy in his 60s, been married for many years in a kind of a dysfunctional marriage, and they're both not appreciating each other for the last 30 years or so. And out of the blue, he gets a letter from an old acquaintance of his, somebody he had worked with years ago, a woman he called Dumpy in her prime. But she says she's dying of cancer, and she just wanted to thank him for his kindness and wish him well. And he's very touched by this and wants to write her a note. And he starts to write, but he can't put it down the right words. Finally, he gets a kind of a couple sentence thing. I hope you feel better, and I'm sorry. And he walks a couple blocks to his post office, and to mail the letter. But then he decides just to keep on walking. And he's in the south of Britain on the coast, and he decides to walk across Britain to the north of Britain to hand deliver it to her. And he writes her a new note, a postcard saying he's going to walk to her and hopes she feels well. And he feels like as long as he's walking, she'll stay alive and she'll kind of feel well somehow. And it's just a marvelous story of kind of his rebirth through his experience of walking across Britain. Oh, there's a great map in here of the route he takes. He starts in the south of Britain, and she's up here in a hospice up in the north of Britain. And he doesn't even have his cell phone with him. He has his ATM card. That's all he has. And he's not a rich guy. He retired from a brewery. But he makes do with little biscuits and things like that and inexpensive places along the way. Just a marvelous story of how he's reborn through his hike across Britain in his deck shoes that he's still wearing and his windbreaker. And the kindness he finds, and eventually he actually mails back his ATM card to his wife saying, I'm just finding I can get by on the kindness of people. And one of the gifts he learns is the gift of receiving as well as giving. And his wife also gets a new appreciation for him and misses him and understands him better. It's a great book. I recommend it. Got it from my local library. The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. I recommend it.